critics often question why no stars appear in the lunar sky in the photographs from the Apollo missions. The simple explanation lies in the camera's exposure settings. The lunar surface, bathed in bright sunlight, made it necessary for the astronauts to use a fast exposure setting on their cameras. This prevented the dimmer stars from showing up in the photos. It's similar to trying to take a picture of a bright sunlit field on Earth. The stars in our daytime sky are simply too faint to appear. Another point often raised is the shadows in the Apollo photos. Some appear to fall in different directions, suggesting multiple light sources, like those on a film set. In reality, these inconsistencies can be attributed to the uneven lunar terrain and the wide-angle lens distortion. The moon's surface isn't flat, it's full of hills, craters, and valleys. These variations in the landscape can affect the direction and length of shadows. As for the American flag, which appears to ripple as if in a breeze, it's essential to understand that the flag was not ordinary. It was held up by a horizontal rod to give the appearance of flying, and the perceived rippling was merely the result of the astronauts' movements as they set it up. In the vacuum of space, without air resistance, the flag would continue to hold the ripple until another force acted upon it. Now let's talk about the moon rocks. If the moon landing was faked, where did the moon rocks come from? The lunar samples brought back by the Apollo missions have been studied extensively by scientists worldwide. They found that these rocks were unlike any found on Earth, with unique ratios of oxygen isotopes that could only be explained if the rocks came from a body that formed at the same time as Earth, such as the moon. Lastly, the moon landing wasn't just observed by NASA, but also by independent organizations in other countries. The Soviet Union, America's Cold War adversary, tracked the Apollo missions and would have been quick to expose a fake. Yet they acknowledged the success of the Apollo missions. To summarize, the moon landing conspiracy theory, as intriguing as it may be, crumbles under the weight of scientific evidence and understanding. The absence of stars, the direction of shadows, the rippling flag, and the lunar rock samples all can be explained by the unique conditions of the lunar environment and the nature of the mission. The reality of the moon landing is further reinforced by independent observations from other countries. So the next time someone questions if we really landed on the moon, remember the science behind the mission. The moon landing wasn't a Hollywood spectacle. It was a triumphant moment in human history, a testament to what we can achieve when we reach for the stars.